Today we're going to talk about the process to apply for on-campus housing for campus change students coming to the Storrs campus for spring of 2019. First, a little information about living on campus at Storrs. We have approximately 12,300 students who live on campus, which is roughly 70% of the total undergraduate population. On any given day, we can have up to 40,000 people on campus, including faculty, staff, and students. We mention this because we think it's important for you to understand why we might need to ask you several clarifying questions so that we can help assist you in a timely manner. There's currently no live-on requirement for students, but we do have a high demand for housing, partly due to the excellent community environment that we're able to offer. Some important tips for campus change and applying for housing. Make sure you work on your approval documentation early. The deadline for both the campus change approval and your housing application is November 16, 2018. When you arrive to campus, you should expect to have a roommate and start to think now about how you might share space with another person and how you would negotiate roommate conflicts or concerns. In mid-December, you'll gain access to Sharing Spaces, which is our online module consisting of videos and questions where we've talked with current students about their roommate relationships, and they've shared tips and tricks of things that have worked and also discussed things that didn't work so well. You'll have access to Room Pact, which is an online roommate agreement that can be updated or changed at any time. Make sure you know how to ask for help and who you can ask for help. We have 27 full-time residence hall directors. These are full-time professional staff members who live in and manage residence halls. We also have about 300 resident assistants or RAs, student leaders who live in our halls and are able and present to assist you with any roommate conflicts or other housing issues that you might have. There's also residential services and the operations center. That's our housekeeping and maintenance staff who care for and clean the buildings. The operations center is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to assist with any maintenance issues. Start to think about how you'll get involved on the Storrs campus. Find a club or a group to join, and that's going to help make the campus feel smaller and more like home. Make sure you're reading your UConn email. If you currently have your UConn email address set up to forward to a personal email address, we recommend stopping that practice. If you continue to forward your UConn email, you may find many emails go to your spam inbox. Most offices at the Storrs campus communicate primarily through email. If you miss an email, you may miss an important deadline or detail that you are responsible for. Let's talk a little about how you apply for housing. The first thing to note is that the question on the campus change application about applying for housing or living on campus is not the housing application. You're going to want to visit the ResLife website to log in to My Housing and apply for housing. Once you're on the My Housing website, you'll see a menu. You want to select the Applications tab, and you'll see a drop-down. Make sure you're completing the Spring 2019 undergraduate housing application for the Storrs campus. Once you submit your housing application, you'll receive an email confirmation. Again, the housing application is due by November 16, 2018. As a campus change student, you will be eligible if you meet all deadlines. You will be eligible to participate in our online room selection process for spring 2019. The selection process will run from 9 a.m. on December 13th through 11:59 p.m. on December 14th. You will be able to select beginning with your selection time up through the end of the process, similar to how you can enroll in classes beginning with your enrollment appointment through the end of the enrollment window. You'll receive your selection time in early December, and it will be listed in your My Housing account. Selection times are generated based on class standing and credits earned, so only completed classes with credits earned will be counted. Students with the same amount of credits are randomized and can select in random order. Once you choose your housing assignment, you cannot change your selection. Please take your time and choose wisely. This is really important to think about and remember. Once you choose a housing assignment, you will not be able to make a change. For the housing selection process, the first thing you'll be able to do during your assigned time is to select a room. You can go in as soon as the process opens and see what's available, but you will not be able to select a room until your selection time. Once you log in, you'll see that there are drop-down menus to help you navigate. You can select a specific building, or a specific area on campus, or a specific type of space on campus to see what's available. Anything that is available will show up for you to see in the selection process. Again, remember that you get one pick, so once you choose a room, you cannot change your room during housing selections. You will need your one card to check into your housing assignment and get access to the building. If you do not have your Husky One card, make sure that you get it prior to arriving to campus for move-in for spring 2019. Some important notes about selection. If you're not able to select at your designated time, please contact the Res Life office to request a proxy. A staff member will then select a space for you using your housing preferences and your selection time. It's very important that you ask our staff to proxy if you're not able to select. If we make a mistake, we will fix our mistake. If you give a friend your password, ask a friend to select for you, and they select the wrong space, the wrong building, the wrong floor, you're not going to be able to change your housing assignment. To request a proxy, all you need to do is write to Living on Campus, all one word, at uconn.edu. You may be consolidated within your building or area if there are multiple rooms, suites, or apartments with vacancies. We consolidate in order to house continuing students together and reserve spaces for new incoming students to live together. If you do need to be consolidated, we will contact you. If you do not use your time and do not select a housing assignment, you will be assigned by a Residential Life staff member. If you apply for housing and cancel your application, you may be responsible for a cancellation fee. This applies to students who apply for housing, remain Storrs students, and choose to live off campus. If you apply between October 9th and January 15th, you have up until January 15th to cancel your housing application with no cancellation fee. If you cancel after January 15th, the cancellation fee is 100% of the spring room rate. Please visit our website and look at our cancellation fee schedule and policies page for more information. It's important to have realistic expectations for your selection time. We have less than 500 total single rooms on campus. It's unlikely that there will be many single rooms available for the spring selection. We do not have enough apartment spaces on campus for the entire senior class, so it's unlikely that you'll be able to find a space in an apartment. You want to think about the geography versus the room type and what's more important to you. Is it more important to you where on campus you're living or what kind of room you're living in? Is it more important to you to be close to friends or to live in a suite on campus? You probably want to have one or two different plans going into the housing selection. Just in case your first choice isn't available, you have a backup plan and you know what your second choice for on-campus housing might be. Some frequently asked questions. What's the deadline to have my campus change approved or my application submitted? The deadline for both of these things is November 16th, 2018. Am I guaranteed housing if I have previously lived on the Storrs campus? Students who've previously lived on campus at Storrs will be placed in queue for housing. We do anticipate reaching all students in queue with an offer of on-campus housing. However, we may not reach these students until after the selection process. Am I required to have a meal plan? All students living in non-apartment spaces on campus are required to have a meal plan. You can visit the Dining Services website for more information about the different meal plan options. What should I do if I have a medical accommodation? Students who might require a specific type of living space should contact the Center for Students with Disabilities to register their medical needs. The office works directly with Residential Life to determine appropriate accommodations and appropriate spaces on campus. The priority deadline to register with the CSD for spring 2019 is December 1st, 2018. Other things to consider, if you find that you need a space in the gender inclusive community or elsewhere on campus, you can contact our office directly to make inquiries. If you're interested in learning community spaces, you should contact the Learning Community Office directly to inquire as to whether or not they still have space available. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call our office or email our office with any questions. There is a Campus Change website available. We also have information on the website about the housing process in general as we get closer to the selection process, including tutorials on how to select a space, how to navigate the process. So please do be sure to watch those tutorials and visit that website for more information. Our website is reslife, all one word, .uconn.edu. And our specific campus change page is listed here, reslife.uconn.edu/campus-change/. Our phone number is 860-486-2926, and the email address is livingoncampus, all one word, @uconn.edu. We're excited to have you on campus with us for spring 2019. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions, and we wish you the best of luck with the remainder of your fall semester.